I want to thank everyone for tuning in to the Father Time Network. Hope everyone is doing well. My name is Anthony, and on my platform, I talk about how important it is to be a father. I'm here to make being a father cool again. But before I continue, let's get into this intro. Today, I want to talk about the love we show our children. There's a popular social media influencer who talked about an argument him and his father had that led to him attempting to take his own life. I'm going to let y'all see the clip.
Me and my dad got into it. We got into it real bad. After the conversation.
You remember what the argument was about?
Okay, I'll give you something that I ain't gave nobody. Come on, Shannon. If we gonna get deep, we gonna get deep. Dad, I love you. Me and my dad are best friends now, and this is in the past. But we had gotten to it because he told me that I couldn't go somewhere. Mm-hmm. And I said, F you. Who you telling me I ain't going?
Whoa.
Shannon.
That was your exact words?
Shannon, F you. What are you talking about? I'm
How
going
you gonna
outside.
tell this story now?
Shannon, he gonna kill me. Me and my dad are best friends now. My dad is right now in Texas with my daughters.
Okay.
But yeah, I full blown got a little.
You feeling good?
Okay. I would like to say this is my senior year of high school. I was in a very deep, dark depression. To a place where like nothing mattered anymore. So I just was like, whatever about to happen is gonna happen. So I full blown was cussing him out. He was like, let's go in the backyard.
No, okay.
Went in the backyard.
You want the smoke, huh?
We got into it, did whatever we was about to do. He got in the car, left, went with his friends, and he told me that his friends was like, he gotta go. Like, he can't live in your house and treat you like that, speak to you like that. Like, you gotta go home and get him out of there, basically. Mm-hmm. So he came back home maybe like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. He had something in his hand. I ain't gonna say what he had in his hand. He had something in his hand, sat on the edge of my bed, and he was like, if you move, something about to happen. I remember sitting up, and that's when he told me, like, we ain't gotta have no relationship. We gotta have you don't ever talk to me like that. You don't ever treat me like that, and we won't have no problems. But that happened again, it's over with. You can read between the lines. Mm-hmm. So that put me into a place of like, if you gonna do it, I'm gonna do it before you do it.
Right.
So I walked outside. I grabbed a bunch of ties. I had like a collection. Well, he had a collection of ties. I grabbed maybe like 10 ties. I tied them together. He had like this makeshift garage. So the garage, and then it was like a awning that he had built, like a shed almost. Because it snows a lot in Michigan. Mm-hmm. So to be able to sit outside during the winter, he made like a little makeshift, maybe like 10 feet off the ground. I took the ties, put it on top of the balcony, tied it up, tied it around my neck, stood on top of the cooler, pushed the cooler under my feet, started dangling in the air. I'm in the air for maybe like what felt like 10 seconds. I'm at the point where like you start trying to regress, mm-hmm. but it's too late. So I'm like trying to grab the ties, I'm trying to pull myself up. Mm-hmm. My dad sees me. This is why I take my hat off to him. After everything we just went through, out of all of the conversations he just had of me not being his son no more, and we just he got to take care of me till I'm 18 mm-hmm. kind of relationship, he came, picked me up, took me off them ties, and told me how much he loved me, and that's why I'm here today.
Wow.
I would have been gone, Shannon.
Was that the first time your dad ever told you he loved you?
The first time he said it like that. First time.
So as y'all can see, this young man attempted suicide because him and his father literally got into an argument. His father told him that he couldn't go somewhere. Now, I don't know specifically where his father said he couldn't go. It potentially was for his own good that his father said, you can't go there. He even admitted that, he was feeling like a man. He bucked his chest up a little bit at his dad. And his dad told him, yo, step outside. You feeling like a man? Step outside. Stepped outside. They handled their business. Then the dad left. Probably went to the bar with the homies. Had a conversation like, yo, my son is out of control. I don't know what to do. Came back with that thing and ready to put his son down. I pray to God that his father wasn't really going to put his son down. Maybe that was a scared tactic that he was using. But for the most part, his son didn't take it that way. His son took it as, before my dad ends my life, I'm going to end my own life. So this young man really attempted to hang himself because him and his dad got into an argument, a misunderstanding. Now I want to say, for his dad to see his son dangling, gasping for air, almost losing his life, to run to his son's rescue and say, "Oh, no, this ain't going to end like that. I love you, son. I understand that we're going through something right now, but we're going to get through this together." And he even said, hats off to my dad. Hats off to my father. For us getting into an argument, he's seeing me attempting to take my life. And he said, "Nah, I love you, son." He said, my dad is with my daughter right now, being a grandfather. So when it comes to our children, I feel like, this is always my personal opinion, we have to reassure to our children that we love them. Just because we say, hold on right now, or I ain't really got time for this right now, I got to go to work, or I'll get back to you, or you can't have this right now. Sometimes in this day and age, these kids don't understand that. They don't understand why. So they automatically think, my parents don't love me. My dad didn't do this for me, or my dad doesn't have time for me because he doesn't love me. My dad is not letting me go to that party with all my friends because my dad doesn't love me. So me personally, I would say, have conversations with your children. You know what I mean? If there's a party that they want to go to and you're like, nah, I don't think that you should go there, explain why. Explain that that's not the right crowd. Every time there's a party at that house, the police is involved, somebody is getting locked up, I don't want you in that environment. Oh, in that area, a lot of people get shot, I don't want you in that environment. Explain why. Explain why you have to go to work and you don't, have as much time for them as you would like. Explain why. But at the end of the day, don't forget to tell your kids that you love them. Because one thing this young man said in this interview, my dad never told me that he loved me like that, in that way. So I know life gets busy. I know we're all, moving around trying to make things happen, put the pieces to the puzzle so we can provide that much more for our kids. But don't forget to tell your kids that you love them. To all the fathers, just because you don't got no money, just because you might not be where you want to be at financially, don't forget to tell your kids that you love them. To all the mothers too, just because you may be going through something or you and the father ain't getting along, still tell your children that you love them. Still allow their father to speak to them and tell them that he loves them. It means a lot to these kids. A lot of times, parents forget how much a hug in the words, I love you, means to these children. I walked in the house the other day. My daughter just walked up to me and just gave me a hug and kissed me on the cheek. And I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, where did that come from? But I embraced it. You know what I'm saying? She's showing her love, for her father. And I embraced it. You don't know what's always going through these children's heads. You know what I'm saying? These children, especially when two parents break up, that's rough on a child. Having to, deal with two different households, especially if the parents have two different partners now and, interacting with the partner who's not really their parents. That's rough. So just don't forget to tell your children that you love them, man. It's very important. It's the Father Time Network. And I'm here to make being a father cool again.